Hello children, Sai Ram. Welcome to Social Studies online session. This is part 3, lesson number 14, Agriculture and Industries. So children, today we are going to continue with the lesson. Before moving ahead, let's quickly recall what we had learned in the previous class. Wheat. Wheat is the staple food of the people of North India. Millet. Millet has grains that can be eaten. Millets include jowar, bajra and ragi. Other crops. Pulses. Pulses are edible seeds of plants. Pulses include moong, masoor, urad, etc. Oil seeds. We get oil from oil seeds. Oil seeds include groundnut, mustard and linseeds. Sugar. Sugar is made from sugar cane. Jute. Jute is used to make bags and carpets. Cotton. Cotton is used to make cloth. Coffee. Coffee is mainly grown in Karnataka, Kerala and Tamil Nadu. Spices. Spices include cloves, cardamom, pepper, coriander seeds, chilies, turmeric and ginger. These are mainly grown in Karnataka and Kerala. Our next topic is so today we are going to learn about the Green Revolution, industry, different scales of industry, cottage industries, small scale industries. So let's get started. The Green Revolution. What is Green Revolution? Yes, Green Revolution introduced new methods for growing, harvesting and processing crops. It brought modern machines and other technology to farming. As a result, the farmers were able to produce more and better food. And they also learned how to treat their crops with pesticides and fertilizers. Okay. When was the Green Revolution launched in India? Yes, the Green Revolution was launched in India in the 1960s. The Green Revolution was launched in India in the 1960s, and the government took many steps to increase agricultural output in India. These include, let's see one by one. Using better quality seeds. Means if the quality of the seeds are higher, the production will be more and the farmer will get good returns. Okay. Next is increasing area under irrigation. Yes, it is very important to increase area under irrigation. Why? Because water is essential for irrigation. And in India, the rainfall is unevenly distributed, and if the rainfall is less, the production will be low. So, if more area comes under irrigation, it would lead to more production to fulfill the needs of the population. And more yield would fetch more income to the farmers. Is that clear? Next is using manures and fertilizers. Manures and fertilizers help to increase the productivity of crops. They provide nutrients to the plants and help them to grow. They enrich the soil and make the soil fertile. Okay. Next is using modern machinery such as tractors and harvesters, using modern machinery such as tractors and harvesters. Agricultural machinery are used to cultivate and harvest crops. Is that clear, children? The Green Revolution? Because of this, our agricultural production has increased many times. Our agricultural production has gone up several times. Today, we are not only self-sufficient, but we also export agricultural products. Okay. However, more use of chemical fertilizers has caused great damage to the soil in some parts of India. Is that clear, children? The Green Revolution. Next is industry. What is an industry? Is all the businesses and factories that convert raw materials into goods. Okay. So children, just look around your house. What do you see? You see different kinds of things, right? Like television, fan, tube light, furniture, etc. You see so many things, right? Like television, books, pens, tables, utensils, sugar, etc. So all these are called finished goods. These are all finished goods, okay? And the materials we need to make these finished goods are called raw materials. Is that clear? The materials which we need to make these finished goods are called raw materials. Is that clear, children? Wood, ores, cotton, sugarcane, etc. all are raw materials, and they are converted into finished goods in industries. All these raw materials are converted into finished goods in industries. Is that clear, children? Children, we have learned about natural resources, isn't it? A lot of these natural resources, they are used to make goods. Okay, or a lot of natural resources, they are all used to make these goods. For example, the paper used in books. You all have textbook, isn't it? The paper used in the textbook is made from wood. And you also have utensils, isn't it, at home? So the metals used in utensils comes from ores. And the plastic used in your television comes from petroleum. Okay, is that clear, children? Next is different scales of industry. Okay, there are small industries and large industries. There are small industries and large industries. A small industry, what is a small industry? A small industry have few people working in it. Okay, a small industries may have few people working in it. Whereas large industries employ thousands of people. Large industries employ thousands of people. And based on the number of people working in it, industries in India are classified as cottage industries, small scale industries and large scale industries. Okay. Children, now we will learn about cottage industries. What is a cottage industry? Yes, cottage industry is a production system that relies on producing goods. Okay, that depends on producing goods or parts of goods by craftsmen at home or small workshop. Okay, just look at the picture on the screen. This is a picture of a cottage industry. Cottage industries employ very few people and they also work with simple tools and they normally use locally available raw materials. Okay. Handicrafts, pottery, hand woven and embroidered cloth and baskets are normally made in cottage industries. Some cottage industries also make shoes, shawls and toys. Is it clear, children? Cottage industries. Small scale industries. Small scale industries use small machine and employ more people. Okay, small scale industries use small machines and employ more people. Furniture, utensils, plastic goods and electrical goods are some goods made in small scale industries. Okay, in India, which has a huge population, cottage industries and small scale industries are particularly useful for employing a large number of people. Okay, cottage and small scale industries, they create employment for a large number of people. And such industries can be set up in rural areas. Cottage and small scale industries can be easily set up in rural areas to prevent the population from moving to cities in search of work. Is that clear, children? So with this, I'll stop. The remaining part of this lesson we will continue in the next class. Children, now let's take a small recap of what we have learned today. Raw materials are converted into finished goods in industries. Industries are classified into cottage industries, small scale industries and large scale industries. Cottage and small scale industries are useful for employing a large number of people. So with this, I'll stop. The remaining part of this lesson we will continue in the next class. Until then, bye.